Welcome back to Dan driving the car again. I feel like that's been the case for 2023. We are on our way to Fernley, which is kind of near Byron. We're staying there for 2 nights in an Airbnb, and then we're going on to the Gold Coast. So we're probably about halfway done with this drive. We've still got a little bit less than 4 hours to go, which is fine. We're just listening to our podcasts. The people who have been around for a little while have known that we've been obsessed with Drive to Survive from Netflix, and we watched the Melbourne Formula One last weekend, and we are now listening to podcasts about it, would you believe? We've really gone down a rabbit hole. Anyway, we're going to bring you along on our little kind of mini trip to Byron and then over to the Gold Coast from there.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest.
After 6 and a bit hours, do you reckon, Dan?
6.5, I think.
6.5 hours. We have made it to Fernley, is this teeny tiny town. So
Is it a town?
I don't know if it's a town. That's where we are. It's about, I think it's like 20 minutes into Byron. We're kind of in the hinterland, I would say. It looks beautiful, like green rolling hills. It is dark at the moment. So we'll show you outside tomorrow because there's a very nice little deck and everything there. And we have a beautiful outlook, and apparently there's chickens. But I'm just going to quickly show you around this little Airbnb. So we've got a really lovely couch area and window seat.
I like that big window seat.
Yeah,
Very
one
cute.
of the kind of main something that they talked about in the listing was that it has its very own separate NBN connection. So the internet is really good and perfect if you're working, which I will need to be doing. So that is awesome. And then this kitchen is actually massive. So everything you would need for a couple of days stay. Dan's put the oven on because we've bought something to heat up for dinner. And then come in here. So there's actually 2 outdoor seating areas, which is very
generous.
Very generous for a small Airbnb.
Kind of studio, really.
But this lovely bed, I love how it's all...
Do you like the decorate? Like
I think it's really
linen?
nice.
I do.
Oh, and how it's all decorated and everything.
Yeah.
And these beautiful kind of screen doors that I can't wait to see the view in the morning. That's kind of the cool thing about when you get somewhere at night time. It's like, what's it going to be like tomorrow? And then there's a bathroom.
And the main feature.
Of course.
We always book a bath.
You know us, we always book somewhere that has a bath because we don't have our own bath and we are bath people. So I'm sure if you've watched any of our travel videos, you know that would be the case. But we have to unpack the car because, we don't travel light either. Bring all our stuff in. I've probably got a little bit of work to do. Dan can be on dinner duty. And then we thought we'd have a chat about Airbnb
versus hotels. We'll do that after dinner.
So last night we couldn't show you the lovely little deck and view We were greeted this morning by all the little chickens that you might be able to see down there at our door. But it's so lovely and peaceful. There's also another little deck out here. This is where the kind of front door access is. It has a couple of chairs. That's the entryway. Our car's kind of parked up there, and then there's like a house where the owners live. But this window is amazing, I think. Disregard Dan's technology bag, but it's just this massive big square of glass where you can sit in these little window seats and look out over the yard and the chickens. Did you sleep well last night?
Yeah, pretty good. It's so quiet.
Yes,
It's
well,
really quiet.
apart from like the jungly,
Yeah, but it's not.
the
it's not
jungly
bad.
noises of like birds and
Yeah.
insects and whatnot. We did have a few mozzies kind of around, but it was
I don't
very
think we got
peaceful.
bitten,
No, not at all. And we just left the curtains open and woke up with the sun.
Yeah, it was
which
nice.
was lovely.
So I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to people about Airbnb versus hotels.
Yeah, and see what other people are leaning towards these days, because I feel like there's been a bit of a
Swing back.
There was a swing towards Airbnb, and now maybe there's a bit of a swing back to like hotels and stuff.
We're in our own opinion, we're probably swinging back more towards hotels, especially in the kind of cities. And then if we're going to somewhere like here, we might choose an Airbnb. There just seems to be so much kind of stuff you've got to do with Airbnb now. Take the rubbish out, blah, 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 blah. Hotel, you just come in and leave.
Yeah, so I guess we kind of think about the type of trip it is. Like here, this kind of trip where we're away for nearly a week and we're staying in two different places, but we'll probably want to cook some meals and stuff like that. So Airbnb is probably better. One night we would usually always do a hotel. We wouldn't normally do one night in an Airbnb.
No, not usually. Depending on where we're going.
Yeah.
But
And then I guess if we're going to like a city and we know we're going to be wanting to eat out most of the meals, we're happy to stay in a hotel. And also it feels sometimes,
more
a bit
special.
more special, a bit more luxurious.
Yeah.
I mean, this Airbnb is lovely though. But yeah, I guess at one point there, we were like 100% Airbnb all the way.
Pretty much all the time. Yeah, but we've definitely swung back to doing more hotels with the occasional Airbnb, I would say.
Nah. Do you reckon?
50-50.
When we go into Hawaii, we're doing the, I think, four nights in an Airbnb on the North Shore. And then in Waikiki, we're staying in a hotel. So we're kind of been mixing it up, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you're doing now. Since Airbnb's been around quite a while, it's not a new novelty anymore.
Yeah. And I guess it's also sometimes price related. Because I guess some places hotels are ridiculous. Like at Byron Bay, like a lot of hotels are very expensive, particularly this time of year. There's a big music festival, Blues Fest, on over Easter. So it's likely that a lot of places will be booked out or ridiculously expensive. And it's nice up here to kind of we like
be away
staying
from
like
the,
a bit out of town. The hinterland's really beautiful. Okay, we ended up leaving the Airbnb about 11, do you reckon? Yeah. I had some work to do this morning and Dan was, I don't know what you're doing.
Playing Mario Kart.
Playing Mario Kart. We just headed into Newrybar, which has like a famous restaurant there called Harvest and a lot of little cute homewaresy type places. So we just had a little browse around and I got a coffee and now we're back in the car and we're heading into Byron and we're probably going to find somewhere for lunch. Maybe we should go to the taco place
For lunch.
for lunch.
We
There's
could do
there's
that.
a new taco place, Costa Tacos I think it's called. I saw it on Instagram and it looks really nice. But we thought we'd get some breakfast at Harvest, but it was kind of just toasted sandwiches, and we thought we wanted something else. A bit more, you know, Byron. But it is so lush and green. I just love driving around here, even though the roads are pretty narrow and windy. So
they're not too bad.
Not too bad.
We're on a main-ish road now, heading towards Suffolk Park.
Oh, also don't know how hectic it's going to be because of Blues Fest.
It'll be hectic.
It'll be hectic. I feel like it's always hectic.
Easter.
Yeah, school holidays.
It's the Thursday before Easter.
Yeah.
If I like this chasing and playing and waiting around, it's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around.
We came back from Byron. Erica had a little bit of work to do, but I thought I would update you on the Mexican place that we went to for lunch. Yum. It was so delicious. We ordered 4 different tacos. We got fish taco, birria taco, which is beef, pork and chicken, and we also got a ceviche on a tostada and elote corn, and it was all absolutely delicious. It was so yummy. And we just strolled around Byron for a little bit. We didn't spend that long there, but we just enjoyed hanging out in there, and we've been back here. I played some Mario Kart with my friends. We've been just enjoying looking out here. Look how it's so beautiful at this time of the afternoon. It's about 4:30. So reading books. The plan for tonight, the Melbourne Comedy Festival have uploaded a couple of specials onto iView that I would like to watch, so we might do that. We also went to a kind of fancy grocer on the way out of Byron, and we bought some pappardelle and some kind of sauce to go with it, so we'll have some pasta for dinner and just hang out here for the rest of the night. And tomorrow we will head to the Gold Coast. We've got a bunch of stops planned, so we'll bring you along with us. I also just wanted to say sorry to everybody. We haven't had a video out for a couple of weeks. Erica's grandma passed away. We had to travel to the Gold Coast, and we probably weren't just really feeling it for a couple of weeks, but now the vlogging is back. We're going to take you on this trip with us, and hopefully include our daily vlog of not daily, but back into our regular vlogs at home.
Good morning.
We have our teas.
We're just having a cup of tea. Had a quite relaxed morning, which has been lovely. Our chickens didn't come up to greet us this morning. I think they must have
disappointing.
They must have been fed, so they weren't interested in begging us for food. I was just going to mention, we thought that it would be really hectic in Byron yesterday, but it wasn't really at all. It was kind of just like regular, you know, busy, but just normal for Byron. It's Good Friday today, and I think it'll be interesting because normally at home, everything's closed. Like Good Friday and Christmas Day are kind of like the main days where just everything closes, but I'm guessing up here that is not the case because it's such a busy tourist time. Most things will probably be open.
We ordered some baked goods from this bakery called Masa Byron Bay.
Like a sourdough bakery, I think.
Yes, for pick up at 10:30. We got some croissants, a loaf of bread, and a couple of sweet Danish things. So we will go and pick that up. And then we've got a little itinerary
Tiki
even
tour.
for today.
Yeah, I know. So Dan wanted to go to Brunswick Heads just because she hadn't been there before. So we're going to check that out. And then we wanted to go to this art gallery near Murwillumbah, which is where it's one of my grandma's like kind of favourite places, and where you can see Mount Warning.
She loved it.
Which is where she wanted her ashes to be scattered. It was her favourite place, so we're going to go and just have a look at that. We've never been there. Then was that it? So 3 stops.
We're also staying in a new location for us at the Gold Coast. We normally stay around Broad Beach, or Erica's nan and uncle lived in Kira, so more the south side. But we are staying at Hope Island this time. So if you're interested in seeing our time on the Gold Coast, make sure you watch next week's video to see what we get up to.
Dan sort of mentioned the theme parks. That's not happening, Dan. Are you serious?
No, but we are staying near them, and I was tempted. But I really do not want to go to the theme parks on Easter. No.
But I wanted to show you something. So I came across this in a Facebook group, and I thought it was so cute that we have decided to do it. So I'm not sure where it comes from. Action for Happiness, maybe? But it just has a little thing to do each day during April. So we've been doing them all. Today's one is get natural light early in the day, dim the lights in the evening. And yesterday's was do a body scan meditation and really notice how your body feels. So we did that separately while we were having our baths, which was lovely. But yeah, it's been such a cute little thing. There's just all sorts of different focuses for each day, but it's not, you know, hectic like do 20 burpees or whatever. So we've got to dim. So how have we gone so far? Get natural light early in the day, dim the lights in the evening.
Well, I went outside. Have you?
But we had we woke up to the sun. We had the blinds all open.
Yeah. And yeah, we don't like bright lights in the evening anyway, really, do we?
No, we normally have just a lamp on and then the myriad of salt lamps.
The TV and all of the electronics.
Sure.
I think there's one of them there where you put your electronics down earlier in the evening or something.
No.
Erica will struggle with that one. But we're just going to finish packing up, get ready to go and hit our bakery.
Like this, chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time.
Okay, we were today years old when we realised that this Ray Charles song, I've Got a Woman, is basically just, Kanye West Gold Digger is just this song.
With the words gold digger inserted there where he says, I've got a woman.
Does everyone know this? Is this common knowledge? Please, listen to Ray Charles, I've Got a Woman, and your mind will be blown.
Some of our followers may also need to listen to Gold Digger by Kanye if you're not sure what that song is. But I just chose like a happy mood Spotify playlist, and it's all these kind of old school Motown kind of songs. And that came on, and Erica was getting a coffee, and I'm like, this is Gold Digger. And I'm like, that's it. I'm going to go back to the start and make Erica tell me if she can pick it. Like immediately, she's like, this is Gold Digger.
Okay, let us know in the comments if you listened or if you knew. Maybe this is common knowledge and we're just out of the loop. But we've just picked up our goodies from Massa, and we decided we're going to drive up to Brunswick Heads and see if we can find a nice spot to have our brunch. What do you reckon? Maybe there's a nice little table by the water.
That would be nice if we could find that. I would be happy.
God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody.
Mount Warning, I think, is just there behind that cloud. And for some reason, my grandma just loved Mount Warning, and she wanted her ashes scattered near here with the view of Mount Warning because she loved this spot. So maybe at some point some people like my mum and whatnot will come up and we will do that. But it's a really beautiful spot, don't you think, Dan? So there's like a big art gallery and cafe and stuff up here, but it's not open today because it's Good Friday.
But it's a really nice view.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I guess, nice to have a spot to go
come.
to.
Yeah.
That's not like I'd prefer that than like a cemetery or something, I guess. So, you know, when we're coming up here, we can come and visit Gigi here in her favourite spot. I just saw on the sign there's like a kind of arts precinct 5 minutes drive from here that looked kind of cool, so maybe we could see if it's open today. A lot of like cafes, arts and crafty shops seem to be open, so it might be. This is a council thing, so I'm not surprised that it's closed. I just realised we didn't talk about Brunswick Heads because it kind of started raining while we were there, so we didn't spend that long there, but it is beautiful.
The river there is
Yeah.
really nice. You could stand up paddleboard there really easily. People were swimming in there. It was really clear.
Yeah, it looked absolutely beautiful. So we've decided next time we head up to that kind of area that we're going to stay there, because it's also only 10-15 minutes from like
Yeah, it was
Byron
like
area
10K.
as well. So there's a police car. Yeah, it was beautiful, and we were like, oh, we could like Dan, because they're building a new Costco. This is like common knowledge, isn't it? They're building a Costco on the Gold Coast.
Pretty sure it's common knowledge.
And so we've kind of been fantasizing about Dan working at Costco on the Gold Coast, and we're like, it's not that far. Then we looked at the house of them.
Just like a done up, renovated 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom was $2.5 million.
And we went, oh, you know, we'll just
Newcastle's fine.
We'll just come here for a weekend sometime. But yeah, Brunswick Heads looks beautiful. So we have just crossed over into Queensland.
We're in Queensland.
Same time now, which was much nicer because when we came a couple of weeks ago, daylight savings hadn't finished yet, and it's an hour time difference, which is just annoying. So same time. So we are now going to head up to our Airbnb at Hope Island. So definitely make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you catch the next part of this vlog where we will be spending a few days in the Gold Coast.